Hi, so this is how to clear your cache and history. So I know there are many browsers out there. I'm going to show you how to clear your cache and history on both Chrome and on Safari, because those are two of probably the most popular, depending on whether you have a Mac or an Apple, sorry, a Mac or a PC. So let me do the share screen thing. And we're going to start with Safari. So if you have Safari, that's the browser you're using. It may look something like this. You will notice, hope you notice, up at the top. So I'm going to talk you through it in case you can't see it, because maybe you can only see the screen that is Safari. But at the top, along the left-hand side, it'll say Safari, then File, then Edit, then View, then History. So you're going to click on History, and you can show all history, but if you go all the way to the bottom, it will clear your history. So you go ahead and you're going to clear all history and you're going to tell it all. Okay. So we're going to clear the history. And then let me go ahead and hit that stop share. That should help. Okay. It's not clearing out cookies at this point, but that's the history, and that should help, especially if it's trying to load from a different page. So then the other thing that we can do is we can go in, and I'm really hoping that, again, you'll be able to see this on Chrome. So on Chrome, again, I'm going to talk you through it. Up again on that top left side, you're going to see the word Chrome, and then File, Edit, View, and then History. And it keeps going with bookmarks and profiles, but you're going to click on History. And in this case, with Chrome, you go all the way to the bottom to show full history, and you want to show it first. So show full history, and then they give you options. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see clear browsing data. And that's what you want to do. So you click on that, and then it's still going to give you options. Now, I select browsing history and cached images and files. If you clear cookies, you can, but if you do, it's going to log you out of sites you're already logged into. So for example, if you keep a login for GFWC Michigan, it will take out the username and password when you clear the cookies. It will sign you out of most sites. And it says that here in the information. So I click the top one, which is browsing history, and I click the bottom one that says cached images and files. And I hit clear data or data, depending what you want to say. And then that's set as well. And once you've done that, I'm going to stop the share again. Once you've done that, what'll happen when you go into new sites is it's got to load the newest information that it pulls from whatever site you're asking for. So if, let's say, you're using a library website, sometimes they will update monthly. So let's say the last time you were in the library site, it was middle of February, and now it's like second week of March, and you go in, it could still be loading February events or February, I don't know, books that were brand new. Now, if you've cleared everything out, it would show you the new stuff. So the same thing's true with GFWC Michigan. So when we went from the old site, gfwc.org, gfwcmi.org, to gfwcmi.com, when we were using GoDaddy, we used gfwcmi.com. So they had that site and it was housed on their server. Now we're still at gfwcmi.com. The difference is we're on a different server. The site looks different. It's going to pull from a different place. So if you're still using the old information, if your computer is saying, this is what I want you to use, because it's what's here, it's actually pulling from something that is no longer active. So when you clear that cache and you clear the history, then it has to pull from the current gfwcmi.com, which is the new site. It may also help you with registration potentially. Probably not. Now, we have an interesting story of someone who had to leave their home in order to get it to work because something inside of where they lived was creating the problem. That's unusual. That's unusual. I'm so glad they found a workaround. Don't get me wrong. That's wonderful, but it's unusual. Not often do you find that kind of problem. And in fact, in talking to my husband, we're both still confused by it. We have no doubt that's what it was because that's what worked, but we've never heard of it, which isn't that unusual, unfortunately, because when you deal with computers, there are so many problems and so many things that could go wrong. And I'm not a computer guru. I know about the things I know about, and I know some things about things that are connected, but I'm not going to be able to say, oh, well, because of that, it's going to be blah, blah, blah. I just don't know. I gave what help I could. The help I gave didn't help this person because they had to leave. And I would never have thought to suggest that. So these things kind of happen. So hopefully, even if you couldn't see, you were able to follow my directions in terms of clearing. So basically, in both cases, whether it's Safari or Chrome, and probably Edge or Firefox, you're going to find a tab at the top that's called History. And you're going to click on that tab, and at some point it'll say Clear Tab History, or it'll say See or View All History. And then once you get into View All, you'll be able to clear it. You don't want to clear your cookies if you don't have to, because cookies will log you out of sites, all of the sites usually that you're logged into. So try that as a last resort, not as a first resort. Clear your browsing history, clear your cache. Leave your cookies alone, okay? No getting the cookies to start with. So hopefully that was helpful. And if not, again, please feel free to reach out. We may have to do a Zoom where you can share your screen with me, and then I can help you walk through that as well. So I'm happy to do that. And we'll try to arrange a time when it works for both of us, if that's necessary. As we get this new site up and running and the different options we have available, we're probably going to run into some issues just because it's new to all of us. So thank you so much for your patience. And hopefully we have some smooth sailing as we look at the end of President Kathy's administration and her Dream, Explore, Discover and her anchor theme. So we are very thankful for her and for the anchoring that she has done, for what she has presented to us as a GFWC Michigan body, and that she had the vision for this website. So let me know how I can help, and have a wonderful night.